Taehyung Bts caught on camera in a mysterious place. What really happened? Hello BTS fans. The rumor that shook the internet. It began with a whisper. A flicker of digital static. A single image posted to an obscure social media account with less than 500 followers. A blurry snapshot taken in the dead of night. A tall figure. Long coat. Mask. Baseball cap pulled low. He steps out of a nondescript black vehicle, no entourage, no fanfare. Just shadows. At first, no one noticed. It was just another anonymous night in Seoul. Until someone zoomed in. Froze the frame. Adjusted the lighting. And then came the whispers. The posture. The unmistakable aura. The soft slope of his jawline beneath the mask. That's Taehyung. Kim Taehyung. V of BTS. And just like that, silence erupted into global noise. The photo, once ignored, now became the center of a digital frenzy. Within hours, the image made its rounds across Twitter, TikTok, Korean forums, and international ARMY groups. But this wasn't just excitement over a celebrity sighting. It was where he was seen. Not in a luxury boutique. Not at an airport. Not backstage at a concert. But in front of a long-abandoned building, on the edge of the city, deep in a forgotten industrial district. And the question echoed louder than any headline. What was Taehyung doing there, alone? A star who moves in silence. To understand why this moment matters, you must understand who Taehyung is, beyond the stage lights and the red carpets. Among the members of BTS, he has always been the quiet mystery. Not in words, but in presence. Taehyung isn't the loudest, nor the one who shares the most. He's the one who disappears for weeks, only to resurface with a poem, a painting, or a single melancholic selfie at a jazz bar in Kyoto. He's a soul who walks between centuries, born into fame, but seemingly belonging to another era. He once said in an interview, "I like things that people don't notice." Quiet streets. The sound of film rolling. Dust in sunlight. He photographs strangers, listens to obscure records from the 1930s, and escapes into old films no one else watches. He is, in many ways, a living contradiction, an icon of modernity who craves the timeless. So when he is seen outside the norms of celebrity behavior, it's not new. But this was different. This was not romantic Europe, or hidden jazz in Tokyo. This was an eerie, run-down industrial zone. A place seemingly untouched by glamour. No fans. No stylists. No press. Only echoes of something strange. The hunt for clues begins. ARMYs are not just fans. They are historians, detectives, linguists, and psychologists, all rolled into one. And when the photo surfaced, the fandom mobilized like clockwork. Within minutes, they began dissecting the image, layer by layer. One group analyzed the street lamps, identifying the type used only in specific regions of Seoul. Others enhanced signage in the background, linking it to an old film production facility that had shut down in 2007. Another theory gained traction quickly. That the building was once used for shadow exhibits, underground art installations with no official records, no advertisements. Events that were whispered through private channels and attended only by invitation. A haunting idea emerged. Had Taehyung been invited to one of these secret exhibits? Was he involved in something so personal, so sacred, that it had to exist outside the spotlight? Another group of fans began connecting dots from his past behavior, matching the timeline of the photo with a cryptic Instagram caption he posted weeks prior. A lone door in a rainstorm. A poem in French. A photo in black and white. Was it all connected? Some believed so. Others believed it was just the beginning. The second image, the night deepens. Then came the second blow. A new photo. Taken from a different angle. Posted by a different account. Still blurry, but it showed more. Not just Taehyung but another figure. Dressed in black from head to toe, the person stood near the building's entrance. Their body language was calm, patient, they were waiting. And they weren't surprised by Taehyung's arrival. This wasn't accidental. This was arranged. Speculation exploded. Was this person a close friend? A famous director in disguise? A global artist? A secret collaborator? A romantic figure? No one could tell. But what was clear? Taehyung was not alone. And whatever was happening that night was not meant for public eyes. HYBE says nothing. And that says everything. In most cases, HYBE is quick to respond to rumors, especially when it involves the safety or privacy of their artists. But this time, nothing. No statement. No clarification. No denial. No attempt to sway the narrative. Only silence. And in the world of idols, where every move is micromanaged, that silence felt almost rebellious. As if Taehyung was drawing a line in the sand. You can have my art. You can have my performances. But this moment, this one is mine. Fans didn't know whether to be worried or amazed. But they felt the weight of it. It was the kind of silence that didn't ask for privacy, it demanded it. Who is Taehyung, really? To some, he's just a singer. A performer. A face in the spotlight. But to many, he is something else entirely. A mirror. A mystery. A muse. Taehyung has often described himself as someone trying to live slowly in a world that moves too fast. He's talked about the fear of losing oneself to fame, of forgetting who he was before the world shouted his name. He writes poetry. He paints. He takes photos of shadows and windows and half-faces in mirrors. He curates silence like an artist curates a gallery. So maybe this night wasn't a scandal at all. Maybe it wasn't even mysterious. Maybe it was necessary. A reminder that even the most seen man in the world can still choose to be unseen. If only for one night. The fan response, respect or obsession. In the days that followed, two sides formed. One side begged for answers. Demanded protection. Demanded truth. But the other side chose quiet admiration. They didn't ask what he was doing there. They simply said, whatever it was, we hope it brought him peace. This wasn't about a boyfriend or a scandal. This wasn't about drama. This was about a young man, an artist, stealing a moment back from a world that constantly takes. The legacy of mystery. Taehyung's life has always danced between contrast. Classical art and digital fame. Global tours and silent cafes. Public adoration and private longing. He is not just a K-pop idol. He is a symbol of what it means to remain human in a world that demands performance. And this one mysterious night, captured only in grainy pixels, became a poem of its own. One without a clear ending. One that fans will interpret for years. A final question. So now we ask you. What do you think really happened that night? Was it a hidden project? Was it a moment of reflection? Was it art? Love? Pain? Healing? Or was it simply Taehyung being Taehyung? Leave your theories in the comments. Let the mystery live. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Because in the world of BTS, even a shadow on a quiet street tells a story. And Kim Taehyung? He's still writing his.